All right, perfect. So, um, yeah, it's just because I was in the foreground. Is that not working? Maybe? Okay, perfect. That should be working. All right, then. So let's get started. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us today for another episode of Mecca Kitchen, live edition. With me, I have Coach April right here, calling in remotely, and myself, Coach Misha. What we're making today is a honey mustard salmon. You can see all the ingredients here, starting with the salmon. Then we have some butter, which is optional if you're going for a more low-fat option. We also have honey, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, soy sauce, salt and pepper, rice, and veggies, as well as potentially some olive oil. Some ways you can customize this: you could potentially go with some sort of cauliflower rice if you're trying to go more low carb. You could really include whatever veggies you wanted. And yeah, just really customize it a whole lot to make it your own type of dish, whatever you want to make it. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble our ingredients, and we're going to start on the glaze. And while we do that, April, if you want to kind of go over some of the benefits, some of the nutrients that this dish has, that'd be great. So if you want to take it away there.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. We've been doing this for a little bit now, and we're excited to be here. Salmon, which we have made before. Um, Maybe this is our second time, right? We did salmon bites with our live stream, and now this honey Dijon salmon. It's going to be so delicious. And salmon fish, first of all, is very healthy for you, and it's a lean meat. So not as much fat in a fish um, than in a beef or a pork. So that's one thing you're getting. And the fat that you are getting is a really healthy fat. So salmon is considered an oily fish. Has a lot of protein in it and omega-3 fatty acids, which our bodies really like. Very good for brain health. And just having omega-3s are really, really good for us as human beings, as little mammals. So farm, you could, buy any kind of salmon. You want like a wild salmon. We have this, barbecue cut. So a nice little thick filet. And yeah, that's it. Omega-3 fatty acids. That's the main thing that you're getting. If you're taking fish oil supplements, you wouldn't have to if you ate more fish like salmon in your diet.
Awesome, there we go. Yeah, so I got these at Trader Joe's. These are fresh Atlantic salmon boneless fillets, Norwegian farm raised. Definitely not like the absolute best type of salmon you can get. You definitely want to go for wild caught, I believe, right? As
Yeah.
opposed to something like farm raised.
Yeah, a wild caught is good. But you know what? If you're eating fish, if you're incorporating it and you're thinking of budgeting too, like get what you can get, Farm raised is sometimes a little more pricier. So you're still going to get the benefits of buying salmon at your local grocer. I was looking up some other things. It's high in B vitamins, and B vitamins really help with your energy, and they're a good source of potassium, another nutrient that's so important. We're talking about these micronutrients, selenium, and it has little antioxidants in it. So these are all really good things. Like if you're thinking you're low on energy, having a good fatty fish, and fats are more satiating. So you would feel a little fuller when you eat a piece of salmon than if you just ate like all the vegetables. It has a little soy sauce. I think we have the same soy sauce.
Oh yeah, mine is Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
Low sodium too. There you go. That's exactly it.
I was eating a little sushi as a little snack and pulled my, not my salmon, my soy sauce out.
maybe we should consider doing some sort of like homemade, like healthy sushi or something like that. That could be an interesting idea.
That would be fun, right?
Yeah, that could be one that we could do from Mecca. Wouldn't need much
You don't even have
preparation necessarily.
to get the little bamboo roller to put the roller in.
That'd be awesome.
So you have some lemon there, and lemon is, I attempt to drink a glass of lemon water every day. Some weeks are great, some weeks are slow. But like today I bought lemon juice from Clean Juice and drank it because I'm an ambassador. So that was a paid message.
There you go.
Clean Juice, Tunnels and Crossing. And they had a lemon water with a little cayenne, but lemon really helps with regulating against kidney stones and just cleansing your digestive system, a lot of vitamin C. And lemon with fish always tastes so good. You know, you could cook fish in lemon. That's what ceviche is. Ceviche is raw fish put into an acidic base liquid, and it cooks naturally.
There you go. Yeah, something about the acids. Yeah. So what I'm putting in 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard.
I love a good mustard. I think, did we talk about this before? When we did our salmon bites, I think we made a lemon. No, we didn't use lemon. We used a mustard honey homemade sauce. So Misha making this glazed homemade is awesome, because sometimes when you buy sauce and you buy it already made, it sometimes has chemicals in it, preservatives in it, that aren't very suitable for your body to digest. So making things from scratch, you see, I mean, it's not even going to take 5 minutes for him to put this together. And it'll be a lot healthier. Mustard is great. Mustard has like no calories, no sugar. So this is a really low calorie glaze. Lemon, no calories. The soy sauce, 10 calories. Oh, soy sauce has 1 gram of protein. Did you know that per serving?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
And the Dijon.
Low sodium, that one that you have.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have the reduced sodium or the?
Yeah, the reduced sodium.
Yeah.
I don't know if Trader Joe's has like a normal sodium or anything like that, or non low sodium. Sorry about that. A little bit loud.
Well, that's what cooking is. Moving and shaking, making noise. So no apologies needed.
So I'm also grabbing about a tablespoon of butter, and you could of course omit this if you like. As
So-
well as
Oh, go ahead.
no, you're good.
I like that you're using butter. I know so many people stray away from butter, but listen, you guys, balance is a good thing. So here's my thumb. And if you just have like a little thumb size amount of fat, you're good. Now he's gonna have more fat in this dish because he has a little bit of butter, but this thumb size, this little pat of butter that he's integrating into this meal, recognize he's making, although he's cooking for himself, he's making more than just 1 fillet. So the serving.
I'll be using 2 of those out of the 3.
Yeah. So like I said, fat is good. Using a good butter. I usually get the unsalted butter.
Yeah, I prefer to do that too and just control the salt levels myself, definitely.
Exactly. It looks yummy. It's going to sweeten it up a bit. So for those, some people are like, oh, I don't like fish. This will, give it a little flavor that might make it more palatable for you. That looks good.
Now, quality of honey is also good as well. This is organic raw honey from Brazil from Trader Joe's. You definitely want to try to get raw honey, which isn't as processed as some other ones can be.
Yeah, and using honey can really help with allergies. So if you buy a local honey, the bees are harvesting the nectar from local plants. So if you have a plant allergy, environmental allergies in your community, local honey has been shown and proven, scientifically studied to help support your immune health.
So I'm also gonna leave this pad somewhat unmelted because then I'll separate this between the two pieces, but it'll be on the salmon and then it'll kind of melt over it.
That sounds so good already. A little melted butter tastes good on anything.
So I need to grab my pan here now. I should have also mentioned it beforehand, but the oven has been preheating to 400 degrees.
That'll be good. So that'll cook it pretty quickly and help to give it a little weird brown crust on it, especially with the honey, the butter. That'll help kind of give it a little caramelization. And this is kind of cool. He's making 2 fillets. This is a good time if you're in the kitchen and you're cooking to just double your recipe or triple your recipe or quadruple it. So you have leftovers, and if you're not going to eat it tomorrow, you can cook it, seal it very well in a container, and freeze it or refrigerate it and have it for lunch or have it for another meal. This really helps when you're on the go.
Definitely. I always try to avoid having leftovers, so I really don't like the flavor of reheated things. But yeah, definitely. And I think it kind of, for me anyways, it kind of discourages me from eating it. I'd much rather have something fresh, so I try to, like, by eliminating food waste and stuff like that. That's just me, though. I know most people are perfectly fine with having leftovers. That's just me. Personal preference.
Yeah, I hear you. I being a mother, have gotten in the habit of cooking in bulk. So we have meals and I have lunches. Of course, I don't mind eating leftovers. Found that with my air fryer, which you guys know I'm now addicted to, reheating it ends up tasting a lot better.
Yeah, that's one really good use that you mentioned previously.
Yeah.
I think Sarah said her air fryer broke, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah. Salmon looks pretty good.
Awesome. So I'm gonna lightly salt and pepper it. As it's getting hotter, we want to make sure we're salting our food adequately. So as we're sweating and losing fluids, sweating out all that, we want to replenish our electrolytes, as well as potassium as well, like you mentioned, within the. Did you say that's within the salmon or?
Yes.
Yeah, potassium is another electrolyte, I believe.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Awesome, there we go. And I bought this little bakery brush purely for salmon.
Yes. Now that it's heating up too, this is good. Like you can cook it so easily on your skillet. If you have an air fryer, you can use that. If you want to get out there and grill, you can start doing that too.
How would you recommend me store this glaze? Because I'm definitely going to have some left in order to retain its as much freshness as possible.
Yeah, I would suggest save a little bit for afterwards, because you can layer it on right afterwards as well. And then I like using sealed jars, like Ball jars. That's the brand of it, but any kind of sealed jar with a twist top, so you can make it air fresh. And if you're using it for fish again, I would refrigerate it, freeze it if you want, so you can thaw it out and use it again for another meal, like a chicken or another fish.
Awesome, so I just set my timer for that. That's for 20 minutes here. And then in a moment, after I just do a little bit of cleanup, I'm going to start sauteing my bell peppers.
Yeah, and I would suggest about like the 10-minute mark, maybe go in and baste it again. Add some more of the glaze to it. So for the potassium, salmon, this is especially true for wild salmon, but in farm salmon, yes, there's potassium. Which, this is new to me, I didn't know this. Salmon contains more potassium than an equivalent amount of banana, which that's really good. And potassium controls blood pressure and reduces your risk of stroke.
There you go, definitely. Plethora of benefits.
Did you already start your rice?
No, not yet, but I'll be doing the 3-minute rice in the microwave from Trader Joe's.
Yes. Oh, okay. Misha has all the tips and tricks to make this a
all
quick.
the life hacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely do not have the patience for stovetop rice or anything like that, unfortunately. Probably be a little bit cheaper, but
Nowadays, honestly, it's like $3 a box, and you get 3 packets in it. Is that sad that I know that?
Oh no.
Let's show you how much I grocery shop. But honestly, when you're cooking for one person or 2 people, it makes sense. We want to provide that for everybody, a little quick access to cooking.
So what are some benefits of bell pepper? I know they're a pretty good source of, I'm not sure if it's calcium, if it's just another vitamin that starts with C.
I know bell peppers have a lot of vitamin C. All of them do. Green, red, yellow.
Maybe that's exactly what I was thinking of.
For helping with anemia, but vitamin C is a great antioxidant, very healing. Ooh, so there's like a recommended daily intake of something. The government, the FDA says. Bell peppers are just 161% over the recommended daily intake, which is really, really good. They're smaller, it's carbs, a lot of water, little bit of natural sugar. But I've said this to you guys before. This meal is going to be the plate method, right? So you're going to have your carbs, proteins, and your fat. The salmon has the protein and the fat. The carbs are the bell peppers and the rice. And the sauce has a little bit of fat in it as well. Ooh, good job.
I still have yet to, I think there's a way to do like all the way around the edge so it's in one slice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't worked on that yet. Maybe next time. And you just kind of pop out just like that, and it's complete minimal waste.
Don't you love that? So bell peppers have vitamin C, more vitamin B. This meal should really give you a lot of energy. Vitamin K, a little more potassium, folate, vitamin E, and vitamin A. Full of minerals and vitamins, all those nutritious things that our bodies need.
It's a good thing though that we're making this meal for dinner as we're winding down.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a good lunch though if you train in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's good.
I think this bowl's a little bit too small.
Sauteing it in. This is like plant-based right here. When you talk about plant, this is a plant-forward meal. And this right here, using olive oil, plant-based oil with the green peppers. I'm cooking it just enough to kind of break down and open up that veggie so you can get more of those nutrients. It's a good idea.
I was even thinking about just roasting on the open flame. I probably bet that my fire alarm will go off, so you might refrain from doing that today, but it could be a good idea if you're doing this on a campfire or just like on a grill or something like that outside.
Yeah.
That's getting a lot warmer.
How's your salmon smelling?
It's going pretty good. I don't want to open up just yet. I'll wait for another 3 or 4 minutes, just not let too much heat out, and I will just reglaze it.
Yeah.
You could also potentially pour this a little bit, or at least drizzle it over the veggies.
Ooh, that would be good. You gonna drizzle it now while it's cooking? That's a great
Just
idea.
a little bit, yeah, not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Just infuse some of the flavor.
That's one thing. If I get a lot of clients and they're like, "Oh, I don't like veggies." Use flavorings, use seasonings. You can use like a all-purpose seasoning. You can add a little sea salt to it. I like that Misha put a little bit of the glaze. You could add garlic, onions, and you can really make your veggies taste flavorful. Ooh, veggie
I
wrap.
got this veggie rub by Traeger Grills. Has garlic, paprika, as well as salt, sunflower oil, chili pepper, onion, annatto. So yeah, just decent all-purpose.
Yeah.
my microwave pack of rice. All you have to do is throw it in the oven for, or not in the oven, the microwave for 3 minutes. I'll do that in a little bit, not right now. So yeah.
And I liked how you shared with, if you want to really make this meal plant forward, you can use cauliflower in lieu of rice. And with cauliflower, it really absorbs the flavor of whatever you cook it in. So cooking cauliflower in a broth or adding some ghee or another type of fat to the water as you could saute it or steam it or boil it a little bit. And adding seasonings to that would really make it a plant forward meal. So you'd have 2 veggies and a protein.
Yeah, that was an idea by, I believe, a new HSN coach, Sarah Neff. Did she just recently get her nutrition thing, or am I mistaken?
No, she's certified already about a couple of years with Healthy Steps Nutrition affiliate that we practice under and with. But she also completed her Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification.
Perfect. There you go.
That's
what I must have been thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just finished her PN1. So that's important, that going to a registered dietitian is good. And they have such a strong knowledge base. A lot of times they are trained or they're working within a medical facility and they are prescribing meals. And particularly if someone's in the hospital or somebody has a disease or whatnot. If you want somebody to support you in what you're doing outside of a dietitian, a nutrition coach, a nutritionist, and then support you in that way. Healthy Steps Nutrition is cool because we have a team of coaches that work with a registered dietitian. So we mentor and work underneath a dietitian. So we're able to support you in those ways.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the salmon out of the oven. That was looking pretty good already. You can see the darkening char from there is from the honey caramelizing, most likely.
Yeah. Misha, sometimes what I do is I cook it on there, and then if I want a crust on the top of my salmon, I'll turn on the broiler really fast to give it that
Might do that.
brown crusty look. Just have to keep an eye on it.
Awesome. So throw it back in there for another 9-ish minutes, I believe. I'll check the temperature just to make sure. I believe it's 155 for the USDA for fish.
You're saying 155?
I think for internal temperature. I don't remember if it's 145 or 155. And I just kind of go a little bit hotter, just on the safer side. If you're a lot more confident in cooking fish, you could definitely go a little bit more rare if you'd like, but my oven isn't the most accurate, so I tend to overdo it sometimes just to be safe.
Yeah, it's funny. You can also, I think you and I talked about that, use your hand to veg. If you press the top of it and it springs back, it's kind of well done. Or using between your thumb and your finger, different fingers, you could judge if it's rare, medium rare, or well done. And with salmon, it's a thick fish, it's a meaty fish, so the outside might seem like it's done, but the inside could still be cooking. And it's so delicate, it's a dense meat, it's hearty, but it's delicate as well because you can overcook it and then it becomes dry very quickly. How are your peppers doing?
They're looking pretty good. We'll let them go for another few minutes and I'll flip them. Just to get a little bit more char on the other side there.
Are you using a white rice or a brown rice?
I'll be using a brown rice. I believe it's the organic brown rice from Trader Joe's.
As you guys can tell, we like Trader Joe's. I've been shopping at Trader Joe's for over 20 years. Because I'm from California, and the first Trader Joe's was in Pasadena, California. So.
You used to go to the first one.
Yep, I definitely did. And yeah, it's just a market that's wonderful to shop at. Especially when you're looking for quick foods, a lot of healthy, nutritious, nutrient-dense food, but a lot of staple items too that are just more conscientious in how they're made. So usually not as much sodium and sugar and preservatives in some of their foods, and going to a huge, big chain, which Trader Joe's has become a bigger chain, but they try to be more conscious about the foods that they put on their shelves, and a little more more inexpensive than some other stores. So your brown rice, a lot of fiber in it. Has some protein, again, more B vitamins. This is why you guys eating is so important. Like the amount of B vitamins you're getting is amazing. And that's just going to naturally boost your energy. And because brown rice, like the hull is around the brown rice still, it's not stripped off, which it is with white rice. It makes it a little more of a complex carbohydrate than a simple carbohydrate. I'm getting hungry here. Just looking at you cook, it's making me hungry.
As I understand it, complex carbs help with more long-lasting energy rather than short bursts. Is that correct?
Yep, that's very much correct. And there are times you want simple carbohydrates when you need that short burst of energy. When you're refueling, when you're running a race, you're usually taking some type of supplement of a simple carbohydrate to give you that glucosamine rush, glucose rush, not glucosamine. All right.
Awesome. So I killed the heat on my bell peppers. These are looking nice and charred.
Mm-hmm.
About another 2-ish minutes on the salmon, at which point I'll check the temperature.
Misha, you're so thorough with everything. I love that you have this meat thermometer. Maybe I'll buy one day.
I mean, I think this was like maybe 11 bucks on Amazon or something like that.
It's a good idea to do that, especially when you're, mastering your cooking chops.
Definitely. I know you can get some that can go in the oven actually if you're doing like a tenderloin or something like that, where it sits in the oven for a while, or if you're doing a reverse sear on a steak, where you first throw it in the oven and then you take it out. It could be useful for getting the temperature down there.
Yeah. Steamy. Tasty. So Misha's going to layer this meal. So you're plating the bottom with the rice, and you can layer it, or you can put it in sections, just personal preference.
You can just then put the bell peppers kind of on the side here, then hopefully some of the juices from the salmon go into the rice, and that gives it a little bit of flavor as well.
Looks super good.
So I'll go ahead and take the salmon out. And then that's how it looks. So typically you want to take the temperature from the fat or the most centermost part of the salmon. It's about 135, 136, 140. So I'll probably put in there for, I think, maybe 3 minutes should be perfect.
Yeah, 145 the FDA recommends.
Oh, 145. Oh, perfect. I think actually for that then, we should be good to go, because as the salmon rests,
Yeah.
the temperature will continue to cook for a few minutes.
Yeah, it'll continue to cook. Like right now, it's still so warm, it's cooking. So less than an hour for sure, and it only seems longer than an hour because, Misha and I are talking, but you guys can definitely make this meal quickly. And again, you saw how much glaze he had, so you can definitely cook this in advance for those who don't like eating leftovers. My son likes to meal prep, so he'll make like 4 of these, 4 or 5, and put them in the containers with the rice and the vegetables, and then have them for lunches and dinners. He's trying to make gains, so it's good to have those meals available. And even when you're trying to keep your muscle and reduce your fat, you still want to eat. Body likes fuel. The more fuel you have, the more energy you have. And I think we saw that today when we talked about how many B vitamins are in this meal. So eating the skin is always a matter of preference too.
Yeah, I definitely don't prefer it, so I tend to leave it off. But again,
Yeah,
completely
yeah,
personal
matter of
preference.
preference. Yeah, it's generally safe. It depends on where you get it from. Some really, I like it when I crisp it. So if I'm sauteing it on a skillet, I might do that. A lot of omega-3s are in the skin as well. It has the highest concentration of omega-3 fatty acids in the skin.
Awesome. So that's already it. This feels pretty heavy here.
Yeah, that's a pretty full.
Awesome. So hopefully that works. So let me get the close up here.
There it goes. We just adjusted. But that looks good. Nice glaze. Looks well all the way through. Now you get to dig in.
So let me get some lighting on this as well. I'm sure take a better picture for the thumbnail, but
That looks
perfect.
good job, Misha. One more meal down.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely another really great meal idea, meal prep potentially as well. Um, Super clean, pretty customizable to whatever you'd like. Like you said, you can have a. Did you say plant powered or plant
Plant forward.
forward? Plant
forward.
forward. Exactly. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed that. If you have any suggestions for meals you'd like to see, please let us know. We have a snack Sunday coming up. Recipe to be determined. But yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, have a nice night, everyone.